After he raped me, he gave me 3,000 shillings and ordered me to stay quiet.
The people who violate the rights of these girls are not far away. They are people that are well known within and around the family. It is that border man that you send to go and bring the things from the shop. It is the driver at home that drives the boss, who is the father of the girl. It is the uncle. Sometimes it is even the fathers. The fathers rape their own children. Yes.
Every year globally, thousands of adolescent girls and young women are abused and cornered into silence. For many, justice may never be a reality. A recent study by UNICEF shows that as of June 2021, the adolescent birth rate in Eastern and Southern Africa region is twice the global rate at 92 births per 1,000 girls. Adolescent girls and young women continue to be at a higher risk of HIV compared to adolescent boys and young men. Uganda is one of the countries where the program Power to Youth is being implemented.
The program will make sure that young people, especially adolescent girls and the young women, get the confidence, get the motivation to be able to rise up and speak about the things that affect them, the things that are keeping their life, their participation, their potential behind. They rise up and be able to speak about those things themselves.
With the Power to Youth program, more adolescent girls and young women from underserved communities will be meaningfully included in all decision-making regarding harmful practices like female genital mutilation, sexual and gender-based violence, and poor sexual and reproductive health outcomes like unintended pregnancies.
There are particular cultures where practices harm the future of the girl child. Things like female genital mutilation, sexual and gender-based violence, things like unintended pregnancies, all those harm young women and adolescent girls.
Though the program wants to empower young people to demand for social accountability and address harmful practices, teenage pregnancies, child marriages, and all that, we also believe and understand that there are very many gatekeepers that determine how young people participate and receive information and some of the things that they undergo.
We are happy that we are being thought of because the stigma is really too much on the side of we the young people, because it is very hard for a young person to talk when the bigger ones are not aware of what is happening to me. But if this program brings them all together, it will give us a platform as young people to also be supported in case we are to speak out.
Power to Youth is a 5-year consortium effort funded by the Netherlands Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The program is implemented in Ethiopia, Ghana, Indonesia, Kenya, Malawi, Senegal, and Uganda. In Uganda, the program is led by a country management team constituting 3 consortium partners, namely Men Engage Uganda, the Uganda Youth and Adolescent Health Forum, UAF, and the Eastern African Sub-Regional Support Initiative for Advancement of Women, EASSI.
The partners at the global level are AMREF, the Netherlands, and Rutgers, together with Sonke Gender Justice. So the partners in Africa, in Indonesia, for example, we are the ones driving this program. And again, when we come to the country level, it is not EASSI or Men Engage or UAF determining the program implementation on the ground. So it is again the districts where we are working who are actually determining the agenda of the program.
So those are the objectives, therefore, we want to introduce the program to you. Number 2, we want to seek your support to see how you can own, because this project is not ours as the partners. It is a project for you, the people of Mbali. So if you don't support it, then you are not making any sense. We cannot implement.
At the district level, we have the voices of the religious leaders, cultural leaders, local government leaders. We have the technical expertise at the district level, together with youth organizations and groups. So they galvanize their voice, they pick on a particular issue, they see it through. Then together, all of us, we now take that voice to the global level. And then we have a full global campaign. So we have district campaigns, we have national campaigns, and then together we have global campaigns.
The program is being implemented in the 6 districts of Kampala, Mbale, Buko, Busia, Kalangala, and Isinjero. In Uganda, the program was launched on the 21st of May 2021 at the Hilton Garden Hotel, and subsequently, district entry meetings were held in 5 of the districts to kickstart the 5-year journey. From the personal experiences shared by some of the young people we interacted with and the reports by the community leaders, we confirm a number of studies that indicate high rates of child marriages, sexual and gender-based violence, and unintended pregnancies, with increased cases reported during the current COVID-19 pandemic.
We have defilement, we have rape, we have child marriages. You get a young girl of 15 married and has given birth to a baby.
I had gone to visit my sister in Bugema. She is a sex worker. By then, I knew nothing of it. Once there, she got me a man who raped me and got me pregnant. I was 17 when I got pregnant. I was still a student, but during this COVID-19 lockdown, I got pregnant. I used to work as a house girl, and in that house there was a boy. He was a student due to sit his senior 4 exams. But during this first COVID-19 lockdown, he stopped studying after he got me pregnant.
Of course, a lot is going on in schools, relationship with teachers, and young girls are really silent about it. So, as me, a young person, I feel I should speak out for that one who has been actually tortured to the extent that she can't speak out.
Those girls to get the pregnancies, mostly they don't have pads. Someone is not having pads. She's looking for what to use. So if I give you 5K, like a boy gives 5K, of course she will get that 5K, buy a pad. What comes in? It's pregnancy. So I think some people they lack things.
It was then that I saw a man. He pulled my hand and took me to the bush. And he raped me.
13-year-old Angel was in primary 5 when the second lockdown was declared in the country. On that fateful day, as she went to fetch water from the well, a man whose face was not new to her held her by the hand and lured her into the bush. She was sexually abused, threatened into silence, and given 3,000 Ugandan shillings. This is not even an equivalent of $1.
It is not only my daughter. The other one is almost giving birth, but her family took her to the mainland. But there is another girl in Mwena, all impregnated by the same man.
Even if Angel's abuser is caught and sentenced, what kind of justice would it be for her? Teenage pregnancy comes with numerous consequences.
My life changed so much because before I was working, but now I don't have a job. Life changed for both of us. His job cannot sustain the 3 of us. We rent, Elijah needs clothes and medication. And now he is in the stage of taking milk, and yet we cannot afford it. Sometimes our parents send us to the men. Once a girl tells the mother that a man approached her, she usually considers the pocket of the man and encourages her to see him. But once you get pregnant, the same parents deny you, and yet they used you to get the money.
There are so many cases, one in the police pertaining defilement. You find that the case is registered, They let their own parents go and negotiate. Now you know this is a very bad act. The boy will be sentenced 14 years or 7. So my friend, let us negotiate. I give you something. Because of poverty, the other one again will agree. Say, yes, give me 1.5 million. Give me 2 million. Give me 0.5.
Whereas reports of defilement cut across in all the districts, Buko in particular has higher reports of female genital mutilation.
You know, a girl can be married without without cutting her, but later on a husband can send her back to their home to be circumcised. Surely you could see many women, married women, could come for circumcision. But later on, men, we have to sensitize them. After sensitizing them, they also knew that it was not good.
One, once the girl is circumcised and offer bleeds, she can die. 2, they develop keloids on the other side. And during production, it becomes difficult. It can also she can also again die. So those are the things we have been telling people in the villages.
And recently we're in Buko for a technical working group and we're told these days it's done at birth. The child even has no say in whether she should be cut or not. It's done at birth by the traditional birth attendants.
Patrick, the team leader of UWAF, explains that girls need to be allowed the right to make decisions about their sexual and reproductive health and well-being, or otherwise risk disastrous outcomes.
It means a complete end to education. Because it is on rare instances that these girls who get pregnant get to go back to what? To school. Even when they go, they are stigmatized and they will drop out. They are stigmatized by the teachers, by the fellow students, by their communities. Pregnancy for these girls means devastating health effects. Every day in Uganda, 16 to 17 women died due to pregnancy-related complications.
Even those who have even produced, that is not the end. They can go back to school. Let the parents not give up, saying, this one has produced this, he has done wrong things. Let us stay at home. No. Leave the kid at home, let the girl continue. In future, that would be the best person and the person to educate others because she has been oriented or she has passed so many difficulties.
Kakai Oliver from Mumbale is the district councillor for persons living with disabilities, PWDs. She calls for their deliberate inclusion in the program.
With some parents, they ignore people, their children with the disabled, they ignore them. They don't mind about them. They say, you're there, you be there. They don't take them as serious issues about that. So PWDs, the youth, are really left out. Another thing, they are not taken at school. Because of some of them, even the movement is very hard for them to go to school. So they are being left, they're just at home. Some of them are even forced into rape because they cannot manage to walk. Someone trying to walk maybe for a short distance, but in case if a man comes around, in fact, they are forced to be raped. So there are many challenges. Another thing is that they are being pregnated and they are not being helped. Most of them are being denied with men. Someone pregnates the lame person and at later on he denies that he's not the one who did what? Who pregnated the very person. So there are many challenges those people are going through.
The program is not practical without the direct engagement of young boys and men. That could be one of the reasons as to why it is called Power to Youth, not Power to Girls. Hassan Sekajolo, the country director of Men Engage Uganda, elaborately explains this.
We know that all the issues we have talked about, female genital mutilation, sexual violence, unintended pregnancies, child marriages, all those 4 issues, men are behind them. Okay. Men and boys are behind those 4 issues. Whether we like it or not, they are behind there. The invisible hand behind unintended pregnancies, behind female genital mutilation, behind sexual violence. There's a man or a boy behind that. That's why Men Engage is here. That's why Men Engage is in Power to Youth. so that we deal with what is not seen. People will see a pregnancy on a girl, but they will not see the man or the boy.
The issue of defilement may both be on a male and a female child, but the aftermath of the sexual interaction is felt on the girl child. And now you find yourself that the male children run away. Or sometimes there are even adults who defile these children and they get issues.
Hey, men and boys, how can you be part of the solution that the adolescent girls and young women are looking for? How can you be part of that solution? Can you come on board and provide the solution as men and boys so that the adolescent girls and young women get what they are looking for?
According to Honorable Sheila Kawamara Mishambi, the program will empower youth and harness the power of adolescent girls and young women in achieving significant change, sustainable even beyond its initial 5-year duration.
Not only are they human beings, but they are part of the systems that we run. Their voices need to be heard. And if they are not engaged now, they will become a problem in the future. Because tomorrow when they are leaders, there are certain things we would wish that they do not perpetuate in future. So it is very, very important to engage the youth in understanding issues of power, defining power, in understanding issues of leadership, in understanding issues of marginalization and discrimination. So unless you deliberately go out there to give them information about these issues, then they remain ignorant. And at the end of the day, either they will be abused by corrupt governments, they will be abused by people that want to keep them down.
This vision will be materialized through 4 interlinked themes that have been categorized as pathways for the attainment of the program goal. Jocelyn Komhanji, the program's manager, gender and governance at EASSI, explains.
The first thematic area focuses on the young people, meaningful participation of the young people, to make sure that they are also involved on the table of decision making, to amplify their own voices and to also be part of all these processes as we try to address harmful practices that are affecting our young people. Then the second pathway focuses on building the capacity of CSOs through various engagements like trainings to enable them or give them the capacity to meaningfully engage young people. The third pathway focuses on the societal actors to also engage societal actors or also build their capacity to address the negative social norms within our communities. Then the other pathway is it focuses on state actors. These are the different MDAs, that is government ministries, departments and agencies. So we're not just at national level, but we are also at district level and also as far as sub-county, but also at parish level. Working with government structures in the education sector, in the community development sector, in the health sector. We are also in with the security, especially when it gets to the GBV issues. We cannot handle them in isolation.
The media will also play a crucial role in amplifying the voices of the adolescent girls and young women.
The media, we believe they are a voice, a huge voice where we are not able to reach ourselves. Media covers all that. So we believe partnering with media and to work with them this journey will also help us. So be also engaging them in different ways. We'll also build their capacity, especially when it comes to reporting some of these cases. How do they package the stories? How do they protect the young people?
Despite all this, the task ahead is not an easy one. The team is continuously faced with challenges. For example, accessing communities will not be easy for some of the districts. Buko appears to top the list. Many of the district's roads are almost impassable. A tarmacked road connecting the district deeper into the country through Kapchorwa is currently under construction. And then there is Kalangala, or the Sese Islands, where only 4.8% is land in a group of 84 islands on Lake Victoria in Uganda. The program envisions more adolescent girls and young women from underserved communities like this one, making informed choices, enjoying their sexuality, and being free from harmful practices in a gender-equitable society.
What Power to Youth will do is to make sure that these adolescent girls and young women can get to spaces, for example, like Parliament, like the District Council, like the Sub-County Planning Committee, like the District Planning Committee, like the National Development Plan sessions when they're developing the National Development Plan. How can we make sure that these processes, the young people are there and they are talking about what they want to be put in the National Development Plan?
The consortium is committed to working together to achieve the objectives of the program.
We have to engage all parties to ensure that at the end of the day, we are having a healthy society where women and girls' rights are respected and promoted.